Well, this is an update that happened earlier today. Actually, it might have been yesterday. I don't know. No, it says 26th. That's today. So they decided that they're going to add modding. It's currently in its early phase, but they're adding modding to basically the game, and I'm actually pretty excited for it. I'm hoping to make it so that animals don't die at such an early age. Like they actually die normally as opposed to just barely living up to 5 years old. I don't know. It's weird that cows and donkeys die at such an early age. Now, this is probably for like performance reasons why they die so early, but it's still ridiculous to me. So, the new major update titled Basic Modding is now live on Steam, Epic Game Store, and GOG. All the fixes and improvements from the experimental branch are now stable, tested, and present in this update. These include creating custom localizations, scenario mods, and JSON file editing. Here are the notes for what awaits you in the version, but first a warning. Disable mods if you have them. Hey, we introduced mods! By the way, disable mods if you have them. Please note, if you're using existing mods, you might experience crashes or even an inability to start the game. If you do turn the mods off before starting the game, if the problem persists, be sure to delete everything in the Steam app /comments/going medieval and then verify the game files. That's not really enough. Like, sometimes you can delete something and Steam will just constantly bring back that file over and over again, despite the fact that it's not an actual file that belongs in there. There's a long tutorial, I can't remember what it was, that tells you how to actually fix this. This is like the bare bones part. This has not worked for me in particular when I tried doing this in modding. Like, this isn't enough to actually fix it if you like replace a file with something else. I don't know why, but Steam did that and it was really annoying. But anyway, update 13 comes with official mod support and Going Medieval Workshop on Steam with the in-game integration basic modding support. V1 covers JSON file modding, e.g. adding perks or backgrounds for sellers or altering many other aspects of the game. Creating localizations and scenario mods. This is just the initial set of the features that we will support from the next update. Advanced modding support V2 will add mod.io integration for non-Steam players and allow creation of custom modding meshes, 3D models, audio, and much more by the time update 16 goes live. So I guess anime girls is going to be a thing. To use mods, a couple new buttons related to mods will appear in the game. They all have the same function but different tag filters. Selecting get mods in the main menu. Mods will take you to the Steam Workshop with the general filter on. So selecting get mods at the starting conditions screen will take you to the Steam Workshop with the scenario filter on. So you got the scenario and stuff. Selecting get more in the language menu will take you to the Steam Workshop with a localization filter on. Each of these sections have a create button next to it, which will generate you a template of that section. Filters originally set can be changed as you see fit by selecting a different tag on the right part of the screen. If you wanted to download a specific mod, you have to subscribe to it in the workshop and it will automatically download to your game client. Download time may vary depending on the mod size, but eventually you should be able to see it in game on the mod list. To create mods, please read these instructions in there. So I don't know, part of Steam community. I probably should take a look at that. So we'll go here. Learning how to create mods. Intro. This page serves as a guide for new modding support. Going Medieval Modding is in the hashtag modding Discord app channel on our Discord server. Note, you must accept the EULA first to access mods and modding options in the game. Click on the mods option of the home screen and then select accept. Note 2, at the moment this only works as experimental branch. Once you have mod working locally, you can put it on the workshop and update later on. Workshop is still not public. To access it, please join this private group. Workshop is still not public, so I gotta hit the private group. We'll you know, if you want to, you can click it yourself. Right now, we gotta learn how to do the mods. So each mod must have its own subfolder containing the following files: mod info.json, preview.png, and a data subfolder that should contain additional information and the actual mod files. So mod info.json, and the mod info replace author name with the actual name or other handle of the mod author. My first mod adds some description here, author name, yada yada, general. The preview image will appear in the same workshop as well as in the game. Mod browser allowed dimensions are 640 by 360 or 1280 by 720. The image size must be under 1 megabyte. The data directory should contain only subdirectories for currently supported mod types. You can read more about the specific details below. Mod types. General. Mods will appear in mod browser on the home screen and can be enabled or disabled before starting the game. We will later add more functionalities. Localization. Mods will appear only in the languages panel on the home screen. Scenario. Mods will appear only on the starting condition screen where the player can choose one as a starting condition. Tags. Tags help players and the game filter content on the workshop and mod.io later. Tags are flags, and one mod can have multiple tags. However, there are rules to follow. Tags that represent mod types are listed above, should be used exclusively without mixing as they determine where the mod will appear in the game. Creating new localization mod template. Open the language panel for the main menu on the home screen. Click on create new and then select yes on the pop-up. Then the new template will be located at documents, Foxy Fossil, Going Medieval Mods, English localization. A new localization. So tip, keep a copy of the original file to compare formatting after editing. So you can now edit the data / localization English CSV file in the editor or import it into Excel or Google Sheets. The file contains all keys and English localization current in the game. Strings surrounded by this are parsed by the game at runtime and must not be changed or translated. Like, seriously, do not change that. Strings surrounded by this are used for grammatical gender parsing. These can be utilized where applicable, not just in English. Rename the CSV files. The existing one, don't forget to edit preview.png and manifest.json as described above. Testing, open the language panel for the main menu home screen. Sharing, updating workshops, open the language panel in the main menu. I'm actually looking for the tutorial on like how, like maybe examples for those changes. So updating existing mods. In the future, when preparing a new update, we will share new text keys with our modding community on Discord as soon as they are ready. You will receive preview access to the new build, allowing you to export the .csv file again, merge it with the existing translation, and translate any new entries. Update the mod version and use the new game version generated in the new manifest.json. Test the mod and update it on the workshop. Modding.json files. Going Medieval stores its data in uncompiled JSON files located in the streaming assets directory. Modifying these files is relatively simple, but we recommend creating a new mod and editing your copy of the JSON file. Most JSON files include an initial dummy entry containing comments that explain each field, its purpose, and its meaning. The majority of JSON files use a repository array which holds models. Modded JSON files can include both existing and new models that is determined by comparing the ID fields in the modded files from the vanilla JSON files. When the game loads, it processes all JSON files with the same name and creates a repository according to specific rules. If a model ID does not exist in the vanilla files, the new model will be added to the repository. In this case, the model must be completed and include all required fields and values. If a model ID already exists in the vanilla files, fields on the same name will override the existing values. Omitted files will keep the original values. List fields will also override an existing one unless the name contains an append. The new list of items will be added to the existing list. The name contains remove, a hash removed. The specified list items will be removed from the existing list. So ID apple happened. 8 lavish meal, 8 well. On use effects, remove 8 raw meal. So creating a mod template from the mod manager home. This will create empty mod template from video walls. So you got to go to the home screen and click on create. Rename my default. This is actually, I'm surprised you get the mod file. You can create mods straight from the game itself. That's pretty interesting. So edit mod info.json and preview.page as described above. So rename my default mod template to something else, my perk, for example. Navigate to data/models, create perks.json file. Open original perks.json located in the streaming assets and copy perks you want to edit. So original perks.json. You want to edit, paste it on your file and make adjustments. Note, change ID if you want to create new item. Keeping the same ID will override existing vanilla one. Adding modded sprite. You can now add a custom sprite for your perk. Navigate data sprites and paste 64x64 PNG file. Make sure the file name matches icon path field value and perks.json. Testing mod. Now run the game and open mod manager from your home scene. Your new mod should appear on the list. If you select it, you should be able to see the details. Thick checkbox and to enable thick checkbox. Okay. That's one thick checkbox. Otherwise, it won't be showing in-game. Start new game and click next until you reach character creation screen. Enable advanced customization at the bottom of the page. Under perks, click on plus and find your perk. Add it to the seller. See how the seller behaves in-game and it affects the perks applied. So support JSON files. Almanac.json, almanac entries, links, animal tech group repository, animal base, animal name. I'm probably going to look at animal base here. So do I have to change the mod file? Probably. So combat AI agents.json, damage taking agent settings, base building repository.json, bean component repository, bed component repository, caravan repository. That's a lot of repositories actually. Look at that. Pen markers, you know, for constructibles basically. Traps, voxel building, Windows components, creature, diet model repository, pathfinding penalty repository, schedule config repository, schedule model repository, walkable model repository, walk speed multiplier repository, crop fields.json, data village name.json. I don't know what exactly this one's for, but faction repository, faction type repository, event groups. We could make new events. We can make new events. Game event setting repository. Human appearance, human type. So there's a lot of stuff. Dig markers, resources, production, roles, scenarios. So there's the scenarios they've been talking about. Social interactions, which is nice. Attributes, basically something that we could look at, basically. That's a lot of JSON files. Stockpiles. We could theoretically make bigger stockpiles. So, you know what I hated? The mods only available that I've seen are like, there were stockpiles or whatever, and they were oversized in a way. But yeah, war machinery, trebuchet base, workers, background, backstory, goal preference, all that good stuff. So here's the do's and don'ts. Don't create mods that violate Steam agreement. Don't use other pairs, copyrighted material, yada yada yada. So I guess I can expect you to read this. That's basically that's the new update. So this is pretty cool actually. That this is a pretty standard explanation on how to do mods. It's pretty. I'm pretty interested in taking a look at it. I'm still like waiting for the update for Medieval Dynasty, but I probably will check this out at some point. But yeah, that's the new like Going Medieval update. They're adding mods. So I hope you're looking forward to the new updates, and I hope you enjoy the modding scene of Going Medieval. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, or a follow, depending on where you're watching. And also, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and good day.